Welcome to San Diego for the 1990 Major Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. We're at the San Diego Sports Arena, home of the perennial MISL champions, the San Diego Sockers. Good evening, I'm Bob Carpenter. Welcome to the 1990 Classic. 11 first-time All-Stars on the field here this evening, but for the first time ever not on the field, the Lord of the Great Indoors, Steve Jungle. Of course, with San Diego. And we do, though, have a three-time All-Star with the St. Louis Steamers with us, and that's Tye Keough. And Tye, talk about firepower. The West has plenty of it, all playing on the same line together tonight.
The West have explosiveness. They've got mega tonnage. You look at Preki, a great goal scorer. He led the league last year. So quick out of the midfield, a tremendous dribbler. Tattoo, so good with his back to the goal. He's able to hold that position well. And Branko Segota, he's the one with the acceleration and that powerful shot.
Tattoo, the leading vote getter for the 1990 Classic, and he is proud of that.
Definitely, because I work very hard. Last year was a tough year for me, and be recognized this way as an all-star game, and the players voting for me the way they did, just make me feel, great.
That's the leading vote getter. The all-time All-Star now is Kim Roentved of the Kansas City Comets. After so many great years in Wichita, Roentved a record 9th All-Star selection.
It's good to see him. He's been such a consistent performer in this league, and of course he's being honored for it. 9 times an All-Star, but a guy that could come forward from his back position and score goals with that heavy right-footed shot.
The Rocket, they call it, off the foot of Roentved. The best of the East, the best of the West here in San Diego tonight. The 1990 MISL All-Star Game is next on ESPN.
The pick of the pros.
Man, what a day. I could sure use a vacation.
Yeah, I'd like to be right here.
Ice cold buds.
Hey, maybe tomorrow we should bring the boss.
Nah.
Nothing beats a bud.
I thought, this isn't a little quake. 504, it just felt like a giant jackhammer hit the house. The All-State Claims Adjuster was driven down here and introduced himself as Roger. He just took me around and consoled me and told me that we were going to get a place to stay in, we were going to be able to rebuild, and then he did something he didn't have to do. He started climbing right up there and hauling stuff out for us. You listen to these ads about you're in good hands, and if you don't go through it, it's just one more ad that you laugh at. Well, I won't laugh at it now.
This spring, we're covering the national pastime full-time. Major League Baseball on ESPN. Get ready for Sunday night action, Tuesday night doubleheaders, Wednesday night excitement, Friday night twin bills, and a nightly look at the big leagues on Baseball Tonight. The regular season begins April 2nd with an opening day doubleheader. All season long, if it happens in baseball, you'll see it on ESPN.
Welcome back to the 1990 MISL All-Star Game, the East meeting the West here in San Diego's Sports Arena this evening. The 1990 MISL All-Star Game is brought to you by Union Jacks, the official uniform supplier of the Major Indoor Soccer League. And by Budweiser, proud sponsor of the 1990 World Cup. This Bud's for you. Close to a capacity crowd here this evening. The San Diego Sports Arena holds almost 13,000. They are used to packing this place over the years. Tye Keough for championship soccer. Ron Newman's teams have won 7 indoor titles, 5 of them in the Major Indoor Soccer League, 2 in the North American Soccer League. Almost impossible to beat for many years in this facility.
Well, it's a fitting venue for this 11th All-Star Game for the MISL. You see the banners up. There's so much tradition here. Ron Newman behind all of those championships for San Diego, but a truly festive event here when you've got so much talent assembled.
and a couple of talented officials, veteran officials, on the field this evening. Gino DiPolito on your left and Toro Scabricin on your right, the primary referees. Mr. Nujheim in the middle will be the alternate referee on the field this evening. The team from the east in their road red uniforms trimmed in white, and there's the western squad in their whites trimmed in blue. Chris Sobieski is the goalkeeper on the bench right there. And you would assume that would mean that Slobo Ilievsky will get the start for the west. As Scabricin looks at midfield where Gino DiPolito puts the ball down, and we're just about set for action in the 11th All-Star game, the 12th year of operation of the Major Indoor Soccer League. There was 1 year when they did not have an All-Star game.
Keith Fearon here warming up. He'll be playing for the East. He's a newcomer to the league, came over from England, and he's been setting the league on fire. It's difficult normally for goalkeepers to adjust to this league. He stepped right in, and he's been one of the top performers all year.
He's fourth in the league in saves with those 216. He's got a good goals against of under 4, 3.94, and he's also in the top 2 in the league in victories with 14. Not with as many victories, but with the league's best goals against at 3.34 is St. Louis Slobo Ilievsky, and he is the goalkeeper by which all others will be measured, Ty, in this league for a long time.
And he continues to amaze. Can you imagine playing a sport as demanding as this is and to be a goalkeeper and still doing it at 40 years of age the way this man's doing it? It's just amazing.
The Eastern All-Stars will have the kickoff. Jan Goossens is in midfield. Goossens of Kansas City. He will trigger it. Carl Valentine is out there with him as well. Looks like Kim Roentved and Victor Moreland back on defense.
Before the East here, you have 3 players in the starting lineup who are from the Kansas City Comets, so that really gives them a little bit of edge in this particular line because they can coordinate things.
Gail Mitchell, the other Eastern All-Star, he received it. He flicks the ball down and is headed away by Ilievsky, who's never been shy about coming out of the goal. Taken away there by Branko Segota. Segota of the soccer switches it nicely. Clavillo running on it. Fernando Clavillo of St. Louis, and it's bumped away by Fearon into the corner. Clavillo with a chance to center around the boards. A tip by Segota, and alertly Fearon there to pounce on it. Branko Segota's quickness dangerous in the goal mouth.
Segota always a man to watch there. Just a burst of speed got him into the open and nearly shook that ball loose. Speaking
of a burst, Kim Roentved to midfield. Jan Goossens let the ball play down into the corner. It's Kevin Crow against Roentved. Ilievsky up with it, and Slobo goes left side. Ball bumped up the field. Tattoo with a 2-on-1. To his left is Segota. The ball is switched over there and backtracking. Nice play by Roentved.
Roentved had to hustle there. Had he not, walking in would have been Branko Segota.
2 dangerous guys on a 2-on-1. Segota with Tattoo, good passers, great shooters, and excellent finishers. Here's Dale Mitchell, near side for Savage. Savage to the left, right side for Dale Ervine, and Bruce runs onto it, right wing. It bounces off the boards and nothing doing for the East All-Stars there. Finally taken away by Brian Quinn. Sockers are well represented here in San Diego this evening. 5 of them on the squad.
It's almost a homecoming for the San Diego Sockers because there's also 3 other former San Diego Sockers lined up for this Western Division. Fernando Clavillo and Brian Schmetzer among those.
Quinn looking left side. Savage defending there against Zoran Karic in the corner. And out to the left point. And it's bumped off the boards by Brian Quinn. Doc Lawson.
The only player to play every season, all 12 seasons of the Major Indoor Soccer League, Doc Lawson.
And the only one with his first name on his uniform shirt. Doc, that says it all for that guy from Dallas. Heale in the corner waiting to receive it. Missing on the pass, and Chico Borja back to his goalkeeper, Ron Fearon. Now some switching taking place. Kai Haaskivi of Cleveland is aboard. Great midfielder down through the years with several different MISL teams. Down into the corner, and we have our first whistle and a foul.
And Haaskivi, a unique situation for him this year, a first time for him. He's the player coach for the Cleveland Crunch, an expansion team in the Major Indoor Soccer League.
There's Bernie James, his first All-Star selection for that hard-hitting defender. And out to the left point, they try to get it back to James. It's taken away. We have a whistle as Gino DiPolito blew it on the near boards. And it'll belong to the defensive team. crowd a little unhappy because they thought he didn't let it play to the advantage. They had the ball up near midfield. Tattoo's huge numbers, and Tye, it's so great to see him back now 100% from the injury problems.
Well, he missed an entire year. Actually played one game. The 1 year had the knee surgery, was out completely. Came back last year and had a good year, but not really the type of year that we're used to seeing from him. This year, he's back all the way, been racking up the points, both the goals and the assists, and leading the league in those categories.
Good marking up front by the West. The East took a while to get out of their end. Bumped off there, Michael King. James a touch. Down the right wing, it's Michael Sweeney of Cleveland. Taken away, and here comes Tattoo. Leading a 3-on-2, angles it left side, and the shot and a score! It's George Fernandez of San Diego.
George Fernandez, obviously a fan favorite here in San Diego. It's Tattoo, dishes the ball off to him. A good overlapping run down the left side, and he just places it so well with the left foot to the opposite side. Fearon trying to cut the angle, was not able to get over in time. And look at George Fernandez. He's just loving this. He's in front of his hometown crowd. Fernandez born in Hawaii, but he's made Southern California his home. He played with the Los Angeles team previously. He's come to San Diego here, a crowd favorite, an unsung hero for this team as a defender, now being recognized an all-star. He gets that shot to the opposite side, places it so well. James was sprinting back, trying to slide to put a block on it, was not there in time.
And a pretty good finish by a guy in his all-star debut who's only scored 3 goals on the year. He takes only 3 minutes and 29 seconds to score here this evening. Fernandez from Tattoo, and early the West with the lead.
Get ready for a special Sports Illustrated sneak preview.
It's unreal. The man, it's like he's from another planet.
You never know what he's going to do.
He doesn't even know. He just does it, and you're like,
duh. They just saw an amazing video cassette presented by Sports Illustrated, starring the most exciting figure in sports today.
who else? Jordan.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Michael Jordan, Come Fly With Me 1990. Over 40 minutes of the game's ultimate playmaker. Yours free with your paid subscription to SI.
Yes!
Call toll-free and get 26 issues of SI at over 45% off the cover price.
I didn't realize you could save that much.
Including SI's blockbuster baseball preview, the Giant 35th anniversary covers issue, and the red hot swimsuit issue.
So what's the catch?
No catch. You get it all for just 3 monthly installments of $12.97 each. Even use your credit card.
Golden. Let's do it.
Save over 45% and get the Jordan video free.
You're going to be giving away a lot of these babies, starting right here.
The East with the kickoff, down by a goal. Less than 3.5 minutes in is Fernandez from Tattoo. And for Tattoo, he makes his all-star presence felt again. He's tied with Jan Goossens at the midway point of the season with 33 assists and racked up another one there. Running hard is Preki to midfield. He's got players on either side. Segota fakes a shot, pulls it, centers, and it's shot wide by Preki.
That's a first-class move by Segota as he cut the ball on Victor Moreland. Moreland went flying by. Segota kept control and then tried to find Michael Powers, I believe it was, at the top of the box.
Moreland plays it back to Roentved, so the East under the attack. Quick counter-attacking by the West, the story so far. Now Fearon forced out of his net. That one will not make it across the third line. Moreland intercepts, centers for Dale Mitchell. Couple of touches there, looking for a shot, bumped away nicely by Preki. Up the left wing. Looks like Gary Heale. Preki in the middle. And a shot hard wide to the right. Mitchell picks up the loose ball, and off Preki, it's into the crowd. It'll be a kick in for the East on the near side.
It's interesting as we looked at the firepower that this Western Division team has with Preki, Tattoo, Segota, the real name players in the league. But traditionally in these all-star games, it seems that the team with the fewer name players, the team that's weaker on paper, is the team that's prevailed in these type of situations. This is the kind of game where hard work pays off, and it's not necessarily what your credentials say or how big of a name that you are.
And you make that point from experience, don't you?
Well, the 3 All-Star games that I played in, that was the case. It seemed like the East always had more of the name players. We played with the West and seemed to come out on top just through teamwork.
Here's Tim Wittman on the left wing. Back to midfield, and Chico Borja will be back to get it. He's playing on a defensive line with Bruce Savage. Down into the corner, running hard for it there is Dale Ervine. Looking to center, he has Wittman behind him in the corner. Wittman goes now to the top of the circle as Ervine takes some time to wait for someone off the ball. Here's a 1-2. Wittman trying to return it back in the corner. And Domenic Mobilio of Baltimore unable to catch up with it there. Here comes the West counterattack again. Top of the circle, and knocked off the ball there was Karich. Back coming the East, 2-on-2. Wittman with Mobilio, and trailing the play, overlapping now on the left side is Ervine. Top of the circle. Wittman gets a pass from Mobilio. Ervine, first time shot, and he hit it wide to the goalkeeper's right. He had some net to work with there, but he didn't get it on goal. Here's Brian Quinn, double team, nicely done by the East at midfield.
And 4 members of the Baltimore Blast, the team with the best record currently in the Major Indoor Soccer League, representing the Eastern squad here.
The Blast 21-12 in the East, 3.5 games up on Wichita, 4 up on Kansas City, and 7.5 up on Cleveland, though the Comets of KC do come in as the hottest team in the league with 4 consecutive wins. In the West, Dallas comes in with 3 straight. We're about a little over a minute away from the midway point of the first quarter. 1-0 the West. Fernandez from Tattoo at 3:29, the game's only goal so far. Haaskivi back on defense, bumps it up to midfield over Fernandez. Powers a touch there, and a 50-50 ball, but a high foot called as Michael Sweeney got the foot up a little bit too high, and Toros Cabrichin on the other side of the field made the call. Kenny Cooper, his 7th All-Star appearance, 5th as a head coach, and a pretty good goalkeeper back in his playing days as well. A couple of goalkeepers turned coaches here tonight. Billy Phillips of Dallas assisting Ron Newman in the West. Here's Keough down the right wing after a steal, looking to center, no one open. 4 red shirts back, marking 3 players, so he goes back to the point for Fernando Clavillo.
Keough joining the West All-Stars in place of Dave Hagen, who's been suspended by his coach in Tacoma.
Ingram, top of the circle, to his left. Ernie James staying right in front of him. Crow bumps it ahead, Tattoo backing in, gets it back. A weak shot, he had his back to the goal almost, and laying on the turf, he helps get possession back. And a look at by Clavillo! Oh, what a shot! Fernando Clavillo of St. Louis, his 3rd All-Star goal. A rocket from way out.
And you hear the reception he gets from the San Diego crowd. He's a former San Diego Soccer, now playing with the St. Louis Storm, but this is a blistering left-footed shot. The ball pops out. His Tattoo was battling for it on the ground. Clavillo makes the move to his left, just blasts the ball past Ron Fearon, and the West goes up 2-0. Here's Clavillo's move to his left, and he wallops it to the opposite side. Fearon goes full stretch, but can't get to it.
So in the first half of the first quarter, the West has struck twice. Fernandez and Clavillo, it's 2-0 for the home-standing West All-Stars.
The pick of the pros.
The cold of an icicle feels so nice as it tickles your tongue with a taste to entice.
Now Diet 7-Up with NutraSweet's got more 7-Up taste in an icy new can.
The new taste of cold. Go on, break the ice.
When I bite into a York peppermint patty, I get the sensation of cold, crisp mountain air as I soar in the championship ski jump. Ta-da!
Lovely. You win a silver.
Get the York sensation.
2-0 for the West. First time a counterattack, and this time a great individual effort by Fernando Clavillo.
Well, give some credit to Tattoo here. You see him fighting for the ball. In fact, he may have been called a little controversy there. Maybe a dangerous play by him trying to play the ball while he's on the ground. But Clavillo the shot says it all, because he got behind it well with that left foot and put it beyond the reach of Ron Fearon.
Boy, high into the right corner as the shooter looks at it. And it's 2-0 for the West. Now the East under pressure. Down, basically a road game for them. The crowd is against them. Roentved and Moreland back, and they have to play it back to Fearon, the goalkeeper. Marking up there is Gary Heale for the West. Doc Lawson high in the air to win that header. There's Kai Haaskivi knocking it down. Carl Valentine, his first appearance tonight. Not quite as speedy as he used to be, but still a very skilled player with the ball.
Extremely effective as an attacking player because he could keep possession. He's built low to the ground and very strong, hard to push off the ball. He gets into dangerous positions and does his damage.
That Clavillo goal unassisted came at 7:25. On the right wing board, John Goossens, we have a whistle. Goossens down with Doc Lawson, and it'll go the way of the West. Toros Cabrichin right on the spot. Preki switches it. Near side for Brian Schmetzer and back to Doc Lawson. Now Preki trying to switch it long. High risk pass to the right wing. Gary Heale, the intended man there, and Victor Moreland took care of it. And now it'll belong to the East on a call on the far side. Preki.
Looking at Preki, he got called on a little foul there. Defense is not his forte. He can scrap, but he's the guy to watch, taking on players in the midfield to open things up and get the counterattack going.
He's making his 5th consecutive All-Star appearance. Carl Valentine angles to the left wing now, taken on by Preki there, top of the circle, and Lawson knocked it down. Was it a handball? And it looks like an intentional one, as Gino DiPolito will get him for a penalty.
Calling 2 minutes. It was a dangerous situation. Have another look at it here. Valentine had cut inside of Preki. He's trying to place the ball deep into the box there. There is contact made by the hand of Doc Lawson. DiPolito's right there. Rules that it's 2 minutes for the handball.
Slobo Ilievsky as Doc Lawson goes to the penalty box, talking about it with Gino DiPolito. We've got a shootout attempt coming up here. There's your scoring so far, Fernandez and Clavillo, but now the East with a golden opportunity by Chico Borja.
We've got a shootout. The handball did occur inside the penalty area, so it's Chico Borja one-on-one with Slobo Ilievsky.
One touch, and the shot, he scores! Chico Borja with his 3rd career All-Star goal.
Borja very cool under pressure. He's a clutch type of player, and he's gotten his team back into it here. We'll see him come in on Ilievsky. He's sizing up his different options. He tries to get Ilievsky to lean slightly and then goes the opposite direction. So he got Ilievsky to commit and then was able to find that empty side of the goal. We'll look at it from a little bit different angle here. Ilievsky stopping, hoping to cut the angle, but then started to lean down to his right, leaving that opposite side of the goal open.
Borja with the Wichita Wings and doing the job now. His 3rd all-time goal at All-Star play. Gets his team back within a goal. Off the kickoff, Kai Haaskivi lofts it back to Fearon. Marking up there, Preki, Tattoo, and Segota, that awesome front line we mentioned in our opening segment.
And of course, because the shootout was successful, Doc Lawson came out from the penalty box. Both teams are now at full strength.
6 minutes, 5 seconds to go, first quarter. Ball was headed into the East bench. Ervine ahead to his target man, Dale Mitchell. He tries to turn it down the left wing, around Powers, bumps it off the boards, and it was too far for Domenic Mobilio. Up the middle, Preki outraced, and Tim Wittman will do that to you. He's a guy that'll drive you crazy out there as he was backtracking defensively. Here's Mitchell, right side, and the ball is blocked nicely by the Western defense, and here's Tattoo with a semi-break, in on goal, a quick shot, and it's kicked out by Fearon.
A fine save by Fearon. He's up against the #1 scorer in the league. Tattoo, Preki doing some nice work at the midfield stripe to get the ball up to Tattoo on the break. We'll see it here. There's Preki beating Savage to the ball, using the boards, and it's Tattoo. He's all the way through. Fearon does very well, sprints out, covers the goal, and was able to stop Tattoo point blank.
You saw the quick release of Tattoo there. Meanwhile, the East in on Ilievsky, and Slobo has it. on the right wing. Almost taken away. It was, and a shot by Mitchell, but he fouled before the shot. He had to foul to get possession.
He was trying to anticipate Brian Quinn's move, which he did somewhat. Quinn then interjected his body to shield the ball, and that's when Mitchell caused the foul.
5 minutes and 15 seconds to go, first quarter. West on top, 2-1. Left wing boards Gary Heale. It was Borja hustling to take it away. Heale gets it back in the middle, and he bumps it back to Kevin Crowe, the San Diego Sockers defender, making his 6th All-Star appearance. 50-50 ball, midfield. Clavillo wins it, but Borja closes on him quickly and then trips him up, and that will be a penalty. Borja scored after a penalty a moment ago, and he will go to the box for 2 minutes.
Borja can't believe it, but he did clip Clavillo. He's saying it was a dive as he demonstrates it, but Clavillo put a real nice move on him, and Borja clipped him.
2 minutes on the east. Chico Borja, 2 minutes tripping.
You see Ron
the tripping penalty at 10:08, and now it's power play time.
Ron Newman has his chart out as he's trying to put out the most effective power play team that he can muster, and he certainly has a lot of options with as many talented attacking plays that he does have.
Looks like Preki will run the power play. Ingram on the right point at the moment. He's got Karich in there, and in the right wing corner, Gary Heale. On the switch on the left side, nothing doing there for Bronco Segota. West still in control as the East could not clear it away. There's a shot by Ingram, and Bruce Savage doing what he has done so well for so many years, blocking the shot.
And backing him up on this penalty killing unit for the East is Bernie James, the all-time leading shot blocker in the league.
Nice to see him finally get some recognition. They tend to select high-scoring defenders for this game. Nice to see a guy who's a defender's defender get the nod. Preki for Segota. Ingram to his right. Wittman out at the top of the defense. Gary Heale trying to keep it alive and take it away and bump down the floor by Bernie James. Wittman thought about giving chase, but he will leave, and on is Michael King for the East, number 13. He's at the top of their defense.
There's really no reason to stay on if you're a little bit winded when you've got as many experienced, talented players as there are on the bench, and you'll see both coaches using all their players.
Ingram trying to bump it across, and Savage got a foot in front of it. Godfrey now switches it left side for Segota. He's against Kim Roentved, who just came on. Segota, quick move, all deflected across the goal mouth, and Ingram back at the right point. This is Preki giving chase. Michael King of Cleveland trying to strip it away at midfield. Now it's a 5-on-3. They switch it for Heale. He bumps it to Karich, looking for Ingram behind him at the point.
This penalty-killing unit has done an excellent job of just closing down the options for the power play.
30 seconds left in the power play, and a steal out on top. Michael King has really looked sharp, killing the penalties so far. King with Cleveland appeared in this game a year ago with Dallas, so his second appearance, and now Preki with only 15 seconds left in the power play. Up top, Karich, he's got Ingram right wing. He tries to go one-on-one. They bump it out, and a shot high off the glass by Preki misfires. Fearon with a big save on Ingram. Out at the point, Ervine bumping with Karich. It'll be a foul against the West, and the East will get the free kick. They take the restart in a hurry as Borja came back on. Slobo popped it way up in the air. It's into the East bench and out of bounds with 2:42 left in the period.
We're seeing some spirited play on the power play. Fearon under some pressure. Ingram got loose here and really hammered him on one. First, Heale puts it out to Preki. This one's over the glass, and then Ingram will follow it up. He just gets a toe on it, but Fearon looks very good in his reactions at the near post there.
Ron Fearon, 29 years old, from Romford, England. First All-Star game. Only MISL newcomer to play in this game this year.
Live entertainment tonight. Come join the All-Stars at the
He's off to a great start for the Wichita Wings. Top of the circle. Ball is down the floor for Mobilio of Baltimore. Bumped away by Doc Lawson. And some nifty work by Clavillo, and Slobo had to go high to punch it away. Dale Ervine with Borja on the right side. Ball bouncing high, and Lawson with a scissors kick to midfield.
Some acrobatics.
Ervine left point. After getting it back from Mobilio in the left wing corner, Borja trying to do a 360, and he was tripped from behind. It'll be a quick free kick for the East as Borja is dangerously close to the net, and it goes all the way out to the point for Kim Roentved. That guy will keep your defense honest, Ty. You can't collapse in with Roentved out at the point.
Or with Borja has got such craftiness. He's always looking for any slight advantage to exploit.
Now transition for the West with Zoran Karic of San Diego. At midfield, he bumps it back to teammate Brian Schmetzer. Also on is Mike Powers of Dallas. Brian Quinn of San Diego on the right point.
We're going to see here a little bit of the trademark of Slobolievsky, really the goalkeeper that revolutionized the position in this league. The first goalkeeper to really come out and use his feet and get involved in the play.
Keough asking for a handball outside the penalty area on Ron Fearon. Play on, said Toros Cabrichin. Down in the corner between his man and the goal. Nice defense there by Schmetzer, and King had to foul him to try for possession.
Schmetzer now playing with the Tacoma Stars. Formerly played with the San Diego Sockers, was on several of their championship teams.
He's with it right now, product out of the Northwest, 27 years old, out of Seattle. Played outdoor soccer for the old Sounders up in Seattle. And now it's back to Slobo with a minute left in the first quarter. It's 2-1 for the West. Early goals from Fernandez and Clavio, and then Borja on a shootout, getting the East on the board. Up the floor, Zoran Karic into the right wing corner. Keough with a chase there. Off the boards, easily controlled by Fearon, who distributes right wing, and some room to run for Tim Wittman. Overlapping to his right is Kai Haaskivi. Wittman got it back. Left point, Roentved will run onto it. Nothing for an attacking Roentved, so he goes back to midfield, shielding Segota, who commits the foul. 20 seconds remaining. A goal here by either team would be a huge factor early in this game. Haaskivi, right wing corner, Keough on his back. 21 is Carl Valentine. He switches it left point. Touch there by Michael King of Cleveland. Down to 3 seconds remaining. Bernie James looks at the clock. Not enough time, and the first quarter comes to a close. Pretty well played it was here in San Diego through the first 15 minutes. Fernandez and Clavio striking early for Ron Newman's Western All-Stars, but Kenny Cooper's team came back with a goal by Chico Borja. It's 2-1 for the West. We'll get ready for the second quarter of the 1990 MISL All-Star game.
General Rent-A-Car introduces the incredible Chrysler Imperial.
It's a General Rent-A-Car exclusive. It's
Imperial. I forgot it. The epitome of luxury.
General's Chrysler Imperial, only $39.99 a day.
Got it right. Yes.
Snow, incredible snow.
Our psyched, huh?
It's our first trip to America's premier ski resort. Hey, what do you think?
Black, huh?
Yeah.
I can see you working the main lodge tonight there in the romantic glow of a roaring fire. Your dandruff takes its toll.
Dandruff?
'Tis the season for the flakes that don't melt.
I shampoo every morning.
Shampoo till spring with an ordinary shampoo. Won't work like this.
You use Head & Shoulders. You don't have dandruff.
Nothing gets by you, does it?
Head & Shoulders, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. You're looking at months of painstaking planning, years of dreaming, more than a few sacrifices. At Merillat, we know how much time and effort people put into their new kitchens. That's why we put so much time and effort into our cabinets. With Merillat, one sacrifice you'll never make is quality. Merillat, we make dream kitchens come true. For the dealer nearest you, call 1-800-624-1250.
The pick of the pros.
Back for the second quarter here at the 1990 MISL All-Star game in San Diego. The West on top by a score of 2-1 with Ron Newman at the helm. And Ron always has some innovative ideas about this game, doesn't he?
And some controversial ideas. He's thrown out a little idea here where he proposes to have an MISL All-Star team. Only American players play against the U.S. national team, which is going to participate in the World Cup in Italy this June, and saying that they should play a series of 3 games would be good preparation for the U.S. team. But he's also saying that the team that wins the series should maybe be the one that represents the United States when they go to Italy. So we talked to him a little bit about that idea before the game.
Well, I think if we played, I think the best American players are in our league, and if we were to play the best of 3 games against the national team, it's a win-win situation, Ty, because if they beat us, of course they've had at least 2 very competitive games going into the World Cup. If we win, then obviously we'll be sending a better team to the World Cup in Italy, and I think we can all win by that, because I think we must send a much more competitive team than the one that's showing up now playing for the national team.
He doesn't pull any punches, does he?
No, he's going to hear a few reactions from that one, but it's interesting. And Ron Newman, as you said, is known to be the kind of guy who comes right out front and center and says what he thinks.
This is a colorful coach who once came out of an ambulance before a game in Fort Lauderdale to tell his fans that we're not dead yet when his old strikers were struggling late in the season. He's that kind of guy. He'll do just about anything to make an impact if he feels it's necessary. In the first period, shots on goal were 7-2 in favor of the West. 6 fouls for the guys in white and blue, and 5 for the Eastern All-Stars in red as they switch ends now. And the West team goes from our right to our left, and the long ball caught by Ron Fearon. The Wichita Wings keeper in there for the second period of play. He'll play it up past the red line. Now up over 2 lines. Goossens knocks it down. Savage left wing. Running onto it there, Carl Valentine off the boards, and a nice job by Ilievsky to kick it away. Dangerous ball if that one gets out in front of the net, and Slobo cut the angle down. Valentine right back on the attack. Segota defending. Ball bumped off the boards by Mitchell, controlled by Tattoo. And on the right wing, the West on the attack now. They center it for Preki. Nicely done. Preki has Kevin Crow on the left wing, but he scores! What a rocket from Preki, and it's 3-1 for the West.
Number 11, Preki.
Preki put the hammer down on that one. A quick shot off the left foot. You'll see Tattoo actually had started this play, got it out to Segota. Some good defensive work by Tattoo, but Preki's got plenty of space. He's got Moreland in front of him. He just blasts it, and Moreland is effectively a screen for Fearon, so Fearon has a difficult time looking at it. It's a scorcher anyway. You can see him lining up, and the ball is dipping with some topspin, and it just goes up into the roof of the net. If Fearon would have had his hand on it, his hand might have gone into the goal with the ball.
Preki, his 7th career All-Star goal in 5 straight appearances, and what a shot it was. We've seen some outstanding shooting high into the net so far by the West All-Stars. Clavillo earlier. Now the East with Ervine, right point. Looking in for Wittman. Off the boards he goes, and it's back out to midfield. Kim Roentved into the left corner, distributing for Goossens. Defending there, Clavillo. Goossens looking to turn it. Back to Roentved at the point. Defending out on top, Gary Heale, and off him back to midfield. Roentved will have to hustle to get it back to his goalkeeper, Ron Fearon. Not sure you can fault the keeper for any of these goals. It's just been great shooting by the West so far, Ty.
A great shot, a quick release, and plenty of smoke behind it. I think maybe Moreland should have stepped out further because he was not doing much good standing as far back as he was, and in the meantime he's also screening his goalkeeper.
After a Doc Lawson foul, Borja kept it alive long enough, and the attempted shot by Tim Wittman went up over the glass. Slobo Ilievsky and the West will have a goal kick.
You see the East threatening. It's Borja trying to just battle his way through. The ball comes out loose. Wittman's there, so's Goossens. Ilievsky has it covered as the ball goes high.
You had 3 guys thinking about a shot right there. Slobo with Mike Powers to his left. Ilievsky with the best goals against in the league. His 10 wins not near the top mark of 15 by Baltimore's Scott Manning, who we will see later tonight.
Golievsky has been one of the busier keepers in terms of shots. He's playing for an expansion team in St. Louis. They've had some rough times, although they're playing much better as of late. So he has always plenty of action in front of his goal, but he's 40 years old, and he says he feels like he did 10 years ago, and he shows that because his reactions are so quick.
The pick of the pros.
Budweiser presents What's Your Call? The freezer wasn't just the hero of Bud Bowl 1. He was the biggest thing since 12-packs. But for Bud Bowl 2, Bud Light made a trip to the appliance store too, picking up some big players of their own. Can you name this trio of trouble? Bud Light signed the washer, the dryer, and the kitchen sink to long-term contracts. If that was your call, this Bud's for you.
Folks who use Tartar Control Crest have a few things to say about their cleanings.
Wonderful.
Great.
It's marvelous.
That's it?
You should care.
Beautiful.
For me.
Because dental cleanings are easier with Tartar Control Crest.
It's awful nice. Yeah. It's paradise.
Woo!
It's what I love to see.
So use the toothpaste more dentists recommend.
Wonderful.
It's wonderful. Tartar Control Crest, the dentist's choice, is hard on tartar and easy on you.
All right.
Fernando Clavillo and the West All-Stars on top 3-1, 5:45 second quarter with Tye Keough, a three-time All-Star. This is Bob Carpenter at the San Diego Sports Arena. And we had an interesting call a few moments ago after Clavillo narrowly missed.
He beat Fearon to the near side. This ball just outside the post. When you see that empty net, it looks like it should have been easier, but it was a nice move by Clavillo. I call him the road runner, one of the fastest players in the entire league, playing right now with a broken left wrist. He did that about 3-4 weeks ago, been playing with that bandage on there. Tattoo is in the box, serving the penalty for the West. The West were called for having too many men on the field. If you remember, there was a 3-on-1 break. Schmetzer sprinted out of the box to try and make it a 3-on-2, but he jumped the gun and was caught for it.
And the officials did not play it to the advantage. The East had a chance to score, but the whistle blew. Now they're on the power play. This one will go into the crowd on a bad miss kick there by Carl Valentine. It'll be a kick in for the West. Ron Newman in his 11th. Well, he's had a couple of NASL indoor titles, as we told you, but he's been the coach here in San Diego for such a long time. He's been Coach of the Year 5 times.
He's actually been here in San Diego for nearly 10 years. I was playing for San Diego when he became the coach here, and that was in about July of 1980.
Had some pretty good years in Florida before that. And a head ball by Roentved, but he was fouled. And now the East will get control. They have Roentved with Valentine on the points. Goossens up front with Haaskivi right in front of the net, and Dale Mitchell on the left wing. So Mitchell and Goossens, the Kansas City teammates out there. Roentved as well. Valentine bumps it back to the point. Roentved with the left foot. Slow ball, boxes it down.
Roentved normally does not go to the left, but he packs a powerful punch in that one too.
Goossens the same. It hit the board. Slobo slapped it, and now he will throw it down the field. Trying to run onto it there was George Fernandez, and he was cut off by Kim Roentved with a minute remaining in the power play. 4:45 in the period. Crowd quiet as Haaskivi gets it up to the left point. They're watching their Western All-Stars in that box defense. Goossens right side. This is Roentved. Goossens looking to first time it across the goal mouth. Blocked there nicely by Kevin Crowe. Roentved to the red line. Under 30 remaining in the power play. Haaskivi back to Goossens at an angle, a shot, and it was knocked down in front. Nice play by Powers there. Haaskivi, Goossens, and Valentine with some one-touch soccer, and it comes loose for Crowe, who's got a man on the right wing, and running onto it hard, but unable to control it after that first touch was Fernando Clavillo. Fernandez is on with Crowe, I'll tell you, the West very slow in making the change, and on goal, Lilievsky got a piece of it. Haaskivi tries to bump it in. The penalty is over, and we have a whistle and a foul. The West almost paid a big price there, Ty, for being very slow with the line change.
You're going to see a little bit of that type of confusion. You've got players that don't normally play together, a whole new team, and to coordinate the substitution and the change on the fly, sometimes it's just not going to work out. These players don't normally play together.
Now the West back to full strength. Preki, long ball for Tattoo. Savage with the header to knock it away. Chico Borja, left wing from Wittman, looking to return it to Tim in the left wing corner. It bounces at the top of the glass, hits the flag, and stays in. Preki away with it, though. Down the floor for Tattoo. At the red line, Big Doc Lawson. East marking up well at midfield here. Schmetzer ahead for Lawson. Big watch by Borja. He switches it right side. Tattoo with Bruce Savage on him. Turning it off the boards. Segota now with his back to the goal. Right point, he gave a rather slow ball to Preki, and there wasn't a whole lot Preki could do with it. But he will intercept it midfield. Momentarily, Mobilio took it away from him. Chico Borja with 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Ervine with the center. He was looking for Borja, but Schmetzer cut in to knock it away.
Ervine, a product of UCLA, so he's not far from home.
And he had a pretty good career there, too, as they won a national championship in his tenure there. Mike Powers of Dallas got it to the right side for his teammate Tattoo. And Brian Schmetzer bring it to Slobo. Now on the left side for Keough, the 5'5", 130 forward from Tacoma. Reminds me of your old teammate, Jeff Cacciatore, I thought, the way he moves around. Left side, Zoran Karic down the left wing. To his left, quick shot, and a nice block in front. Nicely done defensively there by Dale Ervine. We'll be back to San Diego in a moment. It's 3-1 West in the second quarter.
If you like sports, you can win $100 right now in your home. Just go to the phone and dial this number, Kelly's Phone Quiz. Use your push buttons to answer 9 sports trivia questions, and we'll pay you $100. Simple to do and a lot of fun. You can even select your favorite sports category.
Call now. Answer 9 questions correctly with your push-button phone and win $100. 1-900-246-KELLY. $1.50 first minute, 75 cents additional minute.
Call now and let your fingers win you $100.
One of the great advantages of working with Schwab is that you're dealing with professionals across the country in almost every major city.
I prefer helping someone to selling someone. To me, that's the Schwab difference.
The reason why I like working for Charles Schwab, it's an incredibly innovative company, and there are many things you can get involved in. It's not just stocks and bonds.
Call today for free information about Schwab services. 800-873-8900.
March comes in like a lion on ESPN. Major League Baseball gets off to a roaring start with spring training excitement, baseball tonight, and an opening day special. Top teams claw their way through championship week action, NCAA tournament play, and the NIT. Then the king of the golfing jungle, Jack Nicklaus, joins the Senior PGA Tour at the Tradition. And don't miss the Lipton International, a lion's share of sports thrills in March on ESPN.
Down the left wing for the Eastern All-Stars. Michael King with a shot. Blocked by Keough as he turned his back on the shooter. Moreland with a 50-50 ball, won at midfield, but he will be called for the foul. Moreland just stepped on.
We're having a call here, this time against the East. It looks like they had too many men on the field, and it goes back to what we were just saying. The fact is these guys don't normally play together, so they're getting a little confused in their line changes.
Well, Moreland just stepped on, and he's telling him, yeah, but it was a good steal, even there, if there was an extra
If I was
player.
the 6th guy on, right?
They have opened the door to the East penalty box, and so with 1:30 remaining in the first half of play, the West will have a chance to take control here. They're up by 2, and could make it a 4-1 lead with a power play goal. Looks like Chico Borja will serve the penalty.
Most coaches will throw a good breakaway player into the penalty box in these kind of situations as a bench penalty, because what can happen if you do kill it and you're able to win the ball just as the man stepping onto the box, you can create breakaways this way. A man like Borja, we saw how good he is on the breakaway when he scored that shootout earlier in the game.
Segota with Preki. Right side tattoo, Gary Heale is out there with Keough. It's a potent attack for the Western All-Stars. Tattoo out on top to Preki. They're playing catch with it. Wittman is the defender out on top. Segota tried to bend one around everybody. Tattoo, Keough. Ooh, and he just hit it wide to the far post. Here's Segota with a blast just over the crossbar. 1 minute remaining in the period. Ball center. Wittman will knock it away as he clears to center. Back to get it will be Preki with help from his goalkeeper, Slobo Ilievsky. The period will end with at least the man advantage for the West. Here's Preki, right footer, tattoo centers, Savage a touch, and a nice little bump down the floor by Tim Wittman.
Tim Wittman signed by the Baltimore Blast directly out of high school. He never played any college ball, so he's been in this league since he was 18 years old.
His 10th year in the league, and he's 26. Across, oh, Heale missing. Preki out on top. And Savage had a touch, another one in front. It was an empty net, but Gary Heale just could not react quickly enough. Here's Tattoo, 10 seconds left in the first half. Right side, Keough stops it, centers. Nobody there except Kim Roentved of the East, and that will do it for the first half of play as he clears it down. Slobo rifles a shot the length of the floor, but after 30 minutes of play, Fearon has been beaten 3 times by Fernandez, Clavillo, and Preki. Borja with a goal for the East, and it's 3-1 for the West halfway through the 1990 Major Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game from the San Diego Sports Arena.
Users of ordinary nasal sprays will do almost anything to keep the spray up in their nose, where it can work. Which is why so many people now use Sinex Ultrafine Mist. It's twice as fine as ordinary sprays, so its medicine goes up and stays up to give you the best relief possible. You don't have to stand on your head to get relief. Just get Sinex Ultrafine Mist.
General Rent-A-Car has 3 free unlimited miles.
General has free unlimited miles.
Coast to coast.
Case to case.
Close to close.
Close to close.
Coast to coast.
You'll smile when you see General's low rates.
Piece of cake.
Union Jacks, the pick of the pros.
A kiss? Oh, not right now. You really don't want to kiss me.
Dangerous. Very dangerous.
Give me a minute, honey.
Don't let morning breath ruin a good morning. Get Scope. Scope has 2 powerful ingredients to kill 90% of the bacteria that cause morning breath.
Didn't I hear something about a kiss?
Right here. Right now. Kiss me.
It is time for a kiss.
Scope, the best thing, first thing in the morning.
Hey, you, put that kiss right here.
It's halftime here in San Diego. The West on top, couple of early goals. Then they traded goals into the net, and it's 3-1 for the West 30 minutes in. Welcome back. Bob Carpenter with Tye Keough, and your impressions of the first half. A rather low-scoring All-Star affair so far.
For an All-Star game, a little bit low-scoring, but a spirited and entertaining game. We've had some contact out there, and we've had some good quick breaks. The West team looking very good, particularly when they break on the counterattack.
Let's have a look at some of the attacks early, and it was the counterattack for the West. Tattoo with a nice distribution for George Fernandez.
He worked it out wide for Fernandez, and Fernandez just puts it away from not a great angle, but good placement on the shot, and he's ecstatic. This is his hometown crowd, and he just loves it.
That came 3 minutes and 29 seconds into the game, and then later it was Fernando Clavillo with an outstanding play unassisted.
Well, not quite unassisted in my book, because Tattoo is the one that did all the work there in the box to keep the play alive, but Clavijo makes an excellent move to his left and then comes back across his body with the left-footed shot to put it out of the reach of Ron Fearon.
After a Doc Lawson handball penalty, it was Chico Borja.
Borja so cool here in a pressure situation. Walks in on Ilievsky. Ilievsky very experienced, but Borja finds a way to beat him.
That, of course, the only goal given up by Slobo in the first half of play. And then Preki and Segota teaming up later on. A lot of skill between these two.
Well, we talked about the explosiveness of the West teams. Actually, Tattoo started the play. He got it to Segota. Then it's up to Preki. And Preki with that left-footed shot. The ball just spinning and dipping. And the screen set up by Victor Moreland made it very difficult for Ron Fearon to make the save.
That came only 43 seconds into the second quarter of play. And then it was a defensive struggle the rest of the way. Well, here we are at the 1990 Major Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game, and the commissioner again is Earl Foreman. He got the league started years ago, and he always concerned about the health of this league and television packages, things like that. A chance to visit with the commissioner tonight about the health of the MISL.
Well, we're back on ESPN, which is a big plus for us, and we're delighted to be there. We've got our expansion program, I think, revved up. We're talking about 6 teams over the next 3 years. We're dealing now presently with 10 groups in 10 different cities. That speaks well for us. And I just see a great future and a rebirth of this league.
And Ty, every professional league in this country has struggled in its early stages. This one, no exception.
Well, but this is the 12th year of the league, so they've been going at it. They've provided the fans with some great entertaining soccer, some superstars. We're seeing them perform tonight. Maybe we'll see some more goals in these next 2 quarters.
All right, third and fourth periods coming up from San Diego in a moment. Halfway through, the West on top by a score of 3-1. We'll return you to the San Diego Sports Arena in a moment.
Get ready for a special Sports Illustrated sneak preview.
It's unreal. The man, it's like he's from another planet. When he gets his hand on the ball, you just have to watch.
You never know what he's going to do next. He doesn't even know. He just does it, and you're like, duh.
They just saw an amazing video cassette presented by Sports Illustrated, starring the most exciting figure in sports today.
Who else? Jordan.
He's
unbelievable.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Michael Jordan, come fly with me, 1990, over 40 minutes of the game's ultimate playmaker.
the slam from the free throw line when he goes up in the air and he just hangs there for like a week. I can do that.
Yeah, right.
I can.
Follow his dramatic rise from high school to college, Olympic glory, and on through to the '89 playoffs.
Do it to a mic.
And now you can get the full story behind this superstar on video, free.
Oh, it's free. You're kidding.
We wouldn't kid about Michael. Call this toll-free number now and get your own Jordan video free with your paid subscription to SI.
Yes!
You'll get 26 weeks of SI at incredible savings, over 45% off the cover price.
I didn't realize you could save that much.
Including the blockbuster baseball preview, the giant 35th anniversary covers issue with over 1,700 covers, and the red hot swimsuit issue. If you like last year's issue, wait till you get a peek at the women of the 90s.
I've got dibs on that. Can we get 2 of those, please?
It's all coming your way, along with this one-of-a-kind video, free.
So what's the catch?
No catch. You get it all, including the free video at over 45% off the cover price. Just 3 monthly installments of $12.97 each. Even use your credit card.
You got a deal.
Golden. Let's do it.
A deal this good doesn't come around often, so call now. You'll save big and get what's sure to be the hottest video around, free.
I'm gonna watch it again, and then again, and again, and again, and again.
All right, let's not get carried away.
Me and Michael, we're very tight. Now, most people don't know this, but I taught him everything he knows. He's getting there.
Get out of here. You're gonna be giving away a lot of these babies, starting right here.
With the third quarter upcoming, the West All-Stars on top of the East, 3-1 here in San Diego. And a look at the halftime numbers in this relatively low-scoring All-Star game. At the end of the first quarter, the West was up by a wide margin in shots, 7-2. They were actually outshot in the second period, but still lead 11-9.
Well, all in all, things pretty even as both teams came out playing hard. And as I said, spirited. We've had some pretty heavy contact out there. But the West, a little bit more impressive in their organization and their ability to come forward in the counterattack.
And one penalty on each team, we must note, has been a bench penalty for too many men on the field. Our official host for this event in San Diego throughout the week is Ron Fowler, the chairman of the board of the San Diego Sockers. course, they've been one of the class teams of the Major Indoor Soccer League for so many years, and they've done a nice job of putting on the event here. And we had a chance to visit with him for a few moments before tonight's 1990 All-Star game.
Very true. I think we've been very fortunate with the teams we've had in San Diego, and we feel we have a strong organization, and we wanted the entire league to see it, and I think the All-Star game helps the city and helps the club and helps justify why these banners are sitting up in the arena.
Well, we've been here for many events on ESPN through the years. College basketball has been played in this building. The Holiday Bowl down the road at Jack Murphy Stadium. The city of San Diego, a beautiful place to visit, and a home of champions indoors. 3-1 for the West as we get set for the third quarter of play. And as we mentioned earlier tonight, not on the field for the first time in All-Star competition, Steve Jungle, the Lord of the great indoors.
Fantastic, really an incredible career for Steve Jungle. He came into this league, he set the standard offensively in every category. He performed well for the San Diego Sockers here. He has been a part of some of their championships. In the twilight of his career, really, still playing with the San Diego Sockers, but not really a big part of the team as he has been in years past.
Billy Phillips and Ron Newman, Steve Jungle's coach, huddling here as their club on top by a couple. And as we come back for the third quarter of play, we should mention that that penalty to the east bench that happened toward the end of the second quarter of play still has 31 seconds to go. So the West will still be on the power play for 31 brief seconds as far as they're concerned. And we have had a change in goalkeepers tonight. And coming up, the MISL on ESPN, you'll see games from St. Louis, Dallas, and Tacoma, and then 4 different playoff dates as they battle toward the MISL championship. So we're proud of the fact that ESPN will be carrying the Major Indoor Soccer League down the stretch through April, May, and into June. No goalkeepers on the floor. That is Chris Sobieski of Dallas, the 39-year-old veteran, in action for the West. Pretty good goals against. That's third best in the league. And at the other end, Scott Manning, the 11-year veteran from the Baltimore Blast. And those 15 wins, best in the league. The East will have the kickoff, moving from right to left when the third quarter gets underway momentarily. Carl Valentine is out there to kick it off. He's being joined by Michael King. Kim Roentved is back on defense with Bruce Savage. Well, those are the penalty killers.
An advantage here for the East in having possession to start off that will help them try and kill these last 30 seconds of the penalty.
Now they get it down into the corner. Valentine against Clavillo. They'll be able to waste away about 10 or 12 seconds here before the West can do anything with it. Clavillo will move it back, and up comes the West on the attack now with only 12 seconds left in the power play. Preki receives it from Brian Quinn. Set to come out of the box is Chico Borja. 4 seconds from now, the ball is down toward him, and he is out of the box. And they have a man open down the left side. Savage, ball behind him a little bit. Borja cutting down the right wing, but Savage couldn't get it to him. Chico in the corner, back heel, and a header for a score. Bruce Savage on a brilliant play by Chico Borja.
Well, we wanted to see more goals right off the bat. Borja comes out of the box, is instrumental in that goal. Just an incredible goal. And just the creativity of a player like Chico Borja. Savage works it out wide. It's pushed into the corner by Bernie James, and it's a Heale ball by Borja to set up Savage. A spectacular head goal, but what a setup with the Heale pass. You see it again. It's Borja got his back to the whole play and uses his heel to get it out in front. Savage gets up well, places it so nicely into the upper corner with his head.
A relatively easy finish for Bruce Savage. He's been an All-Star for quite a while, and that is his first All-Star goal. He had an assist in his All-Star career, making his 6th appearance, and what a setup by Chico Borja. So it's a 3-2 game. Down the right wing for the West was Doc Lawson. Brian Quinn switches it left side. George Fernandez of the Sockers. Here's Quinn running onto it, bumping it into the penalty area, and a shot that got under the keeper. Manning, I'm not sure he made the save.
I don't know how he did save it. It did hit his feet. He was in a good position, but what a combination play between Quinn and Tattoo. And Quinn tried to bury that shot. I don't know how Manning managed to stop it.
Well, he didn't manage it the way he wanted to stop it. It hit his foot, his back foot, as he was tumbling away from the ball. In the corner now, we have a penalty coming up. It looked like a little late hit from Dale Ervine.
He dumped Preki pretty good there. Preki, of course, is very good at making it appear worse than it may have been. He's holding his thumb. He may have sprained it or twisted it slightly. Have another look at it. It's Quinn that works the ball inside to Tattoo. Tattoo, a nice little leave pass, and Quinn just slams that ball, and Manning somehow got a foot down there and was able to knock it wide.
So each goalkeeper under pressure early. Manning with that save. And at the other end, Sobieski beaten in the first 42 seconds he plays. Power play for the West now. That's about the worst thing the East could do, would be to get a penalty right after that goal that got them back in. Preki fourth in the league in scoring.
Last year he ran away with the league scoring title. This year he had a knee surgery early in the year, missed about the first 8 or 9 games, was not really in full form until well into December. So one of the reasons his numbers are not up there as they have been.
Ladies and gentlemen, the West is
Bronco Segota. It'll trigger the power play here. Tattoo is at the right point. Preki on the left side. Carriage is in front with Godfrey Ingram in the right wing corner. Out on top, Preki will let it fly, and Savage kicks it away. Bruce Savage, who came into the game with 53 blocks, putting that one over the glass, and Segota will refire. Unsportsmanlike conduct was the call on Ervine a moment ago. Now they switch it in the air to Tattoo, who bumps it out to the point. Preki, a little soft header there for Carriage, and back to midfield. We played a minute 45 here in the third quarter. We've already seen a goal and a penalty as the West is on the power play. In the goal mouth, angled there toward Carriage, right wing for Tattoo. Carriage gives it back to him. They've got Ingram in front. Preki with Segota to his left. It was deflected to Tattoo. Now Carriage angles it, but on goal. It looked like Scott Manning overplayed that ball, expecting a wall pass, and he ended up making a shot and a save right on goal.
Manning playing very aggressively, looking sharp. Really, he's been under some heavy pressure, and now it's still a power play situation against him.
Preki with a steal. Savage with a block. Preki had his mind made up to shoot. He had Segota open on the left wing. Then he fouls Bruce Savage. And now the quick restart. Roentved down the floor for Wittman. Working against Kevin Crow. Wittman 1-on-4 basically. He's doing nothing but wasting time as the penalty is down to 50 seconds remaining. Nice work by quick-footed Tim Wittman. Preki slowly to midfield. Right wing, Ingram with a nice trap. Tattoo at the point. It's the same attacking 5 for the West All-Stars. 30 seconds left in the power play. Ingram dumped hard by Bernie James. Oh, what a hit that was.
That's not the guy you want to run into if you're Godfrey Ingram and you're moving at that rate of speed. We're going to see this here. Ingram puts it too far out in front of him. James wins the header and then slams into Ingram, just flattens him.
Ooh. Godfrey Ingram, 5'7", 170. Bernie James, 6'1", 205. And he felt every pound of that difference. There's your score with 11:40 left, third quarter. Down to 10 seconds left now on the West Division power play. Segota. Mike Powers. Penalty is over in 2 seconds. Powers has to retreat now as coming out of the penalty box. Oh, a loose ball in front. Godfrey Ingram in on goal there.
And Manning again, just reacting so quickly and scrambling to make that save.
Dale Ervine out of the box now. A look at Michael King.
You see Manning, some heroics really here as Ingram has the whole net to shoot at until Manning comes across to smother it. And he had to go pretty far to get over to that side of the net.
Ball snuck away from Michael Sweeney there. And it was Ingram with almost a clear shot. Zoran Karic getting it ahead. Now it's Roentved running hard down the right wing is Ervine. Angling a shot. Ooh, just beyond the far post. Sobieski may have gotten a piece of it. Sweeney with some hard work in the left wing boards. Intercepted by the West. Tattoo in midfield. He goes down over Sweeney. Play on, say, Cabrichin and Deep Bolito.
They gave the advantage because the West still has possession.
Ball is a through ball now, all the way to the goalkeeper, Scott Manning, 31 years old, a 6'1", 170 product out of Rochester. Number 2 in the league with a 3.48 goals against and some sparkling saves here early in his second half play.
He played his college soccer at Portland State University.
Borja off the boards, and a shot goes wide from the foot of Carl Valentine. Carriage with the clearance. Brian Quinn back to midfield. Angling it for Keough. Haaskivi knocks him off the ball. Quinn going down is Kai Haaskivi. Very strong in the midfield because of that sturdy build of his.
He's used that well. He also sees the game very well. He recently got his 300th career assist. Quite a milestone.
In on goal, and a shot by Haaskivi was just bumped wide. Victor Moreland will retreat back to get it with help from Scott Manning.
The East has stepped it up a couple notches here, looking to get back into the game. When they were down at half by 3-1, they've made it 3-2 and are taking the play to the West.
And a kick by Quinn got Haaskivi. Like it got him under the left arm. And it'll be a foul and a free kick for the East. Kenny Cooper's team has turned the momentum around here early. 5.5 minutes in now to the third quarter. And some rough stuff along the boards. Haaskivi having some words with Keough. Yeah, it's Keough over there. Now there's a physical mismatch, but Haaskivi was upset about some of the kicks he's taken.
We've seen some uncharacteristic things for an All-Star game. Keough coming in late. And Haaskivi, I don't know how he gets away with this without getting 2 minutes, because Keough did shove him late, but then Haaskivi's all over him, and it's directly in front of the official.
Moreland trying to angle it for a goal mouth pass. Off the boards on the far side. Quinn a touch, and Haaskivi back in the near side for Kim Roentved. Gary Heale watching him. Angled off the boards, trying to turn it goalward. Mobilio, nothing there. On the floorboards is Haaskivi back in the corner for Carl Valentine.
Haaskivi getting some boos. And some more there for his little altercation with Keough. He's picking on a guy that's about half his size for one.
And he just took another kick from Keough. Haaskivi really getting angry now. Looking to angle it. Keough stops him in the corner. Keough and Quinn.
It's like David and Goliath.
That time it was a standoff. Transitioning the other way. Quinn, left side. Heale in on goal. Then he shot it to the short side wide. Quinn back in the middle. And actually running backwards, Kevin Crowe couldn't get much on it for the pass or the shot. Roentved will slow things down. Clock running continuously now with 8:15 remaining in the third quarter of play. It's 3-2 in favor of the West. They've never trailed.
I'm a little bit flabbergasted how much things have heated up here. I know each player out here has his pride. He wouldn't excel the way he does and become an All-Star if he doesn't have pride. So the guys are playing hard, but some of the physical play that we've seen, Bernie James slamming Ingram, and then this last situation between Keough and Kai Haaskivi, makes you wonder if these guys are losing sight of the purpose of this game.
Dale Mitchell, nice right wing ball. Angled off the boards by Ervine. Coming away with it, Doc Lawson. Straight ahead to Preki on the left side, and he will wheel to the middle. Great ball up the middle. Here's Lawson pulling it up short. He has Ingram to his right, shooting wide to the left side. Preki pulls it down. No chance for a shot there as Ervine had him covered. And Tim Wittman has it on the near glass.
A good example of how truly dangerous Preki can be.
Here's Tattoo, ever dangerous, and Savage deflects it away, but it's still in. Preki in front. And nothing there for Ingram. Good defense by Tim Wittman in the goal mouth in front of his teammate in Baltimore, Scott Manning.
Preki not just good on the dribble and in the finishing. He can pass so well. He sees the game. We saw him just a moment ago make a pass that beat about 4 players and put Doc Lawson through.
Ball run at midfield. Nicely by Mike Powers of Dallas. Lost, and Wittman will go down the left wing for Dale Mitchell. Continuous action now. We haven't had a whistle in the better part of 5 minutes in this game. Now the East in a bit of a change. Ervine came off. They've got Victor Moreland back defensively with Savage. Mike Sweeney comes on. Long ball up the field. Knocking it down, Goossens playing it for Moreland. Angles it off the boards. Got it too close to the keeper. Borja couldn't get a touch on it. And into the corner as the whistle finally blows with 6:22 remaining.
Goossens trying to muscle Michael Powers there, and he's called for the foul.
West 3, East 2, third quarter of action in San Diego.
Jacks, the pick of the pros.
So we really doing this?
We're gonna have a long time together.
I'm late. I gotta go.
Talk to you later. Over dinner.
When? 8. Be there.
Bye.
This is why Allstate gives a 10% discount for cars with anti-lock brakes. We're the only major insurance company that does. Call Allstate.
6:08 remaining, third quarter play. Bronco Segota, a perennial all-star, and some speed with power here, Ty.
He has the acceleration going down the right side. Sweeney trying to catch him, but even on the full sprint, he's able to get the ball across his body and test Scott Manning, and then Gary Heale's there for the rebound. Manning manages to kick away that loose ball.
Well, I used to watch Dave Clemens play, and he didn't spend too much time in the penalty box. But that's where he is right now over the far side, the Kansas City coach. And Dave, congratulations on your team winning 4 straight.
Oh,
I bet you hated to see the All-Star break come.
I think Gerald Foreman's put me in here because we won a few.
Well, he'll have to put Billy Phillips in there with you because he's won 3 in a row.
Absolutely.
Your impressions of the play tonight, Dave? It's been pretty spirited here since halftime.
Our players are great. They, all these players, they don't know when to take a night off. They don't know how to take it easy. You see the David and Goliath of Keough and Haaskivi, and then just the general play. It's tremendous.
It has been quick. It has been spirited. It's a close game. 3-2, 5.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. On the right side, Gary Heale back to midfield. Kevin Crow will switch it left side for George Fernandez. What do you tell your defenders when they're working against Bronco Segota screaming down the wing, Coach?
Can you see such a line as Preki, Tattoo, and Segota? I mean, that's just, there's no easy way. There's not even no easy way. There isn't any way you're going to stop those guys all night. And, the other thing we've got here, in all-star games, you see the forwards getting so much of the notoriety, but when you see Fernando Clavijo and Kevin Crow and Kim Roentved and some excellent goalkeeping as well, we've got a great product to look forward to.
Dave, thanks so much for the visit, and have a great second half with your Comets.
Can I get out of this box now?
You are clear to retake the field. The penalty is over. All right, the coaches are back at full strength now as Clemo comes out. And here's Clavijo. Clavijo had some funny things to say about playing against Tattoo. He says he dreams about Tattoo as we have a Bernie James foul in midfield. Quick restart. Here's Quinn down the left side, fakes his shot, and Bernie James knocks it away. But Clavijo with the ball said he dreams about Tattoo the night before St. Louis plays Dallas. I have a feeling, Ty, those are nightmares, not dreams.
Well, sometimes after the game is the nightmare, thinking about how many times he may have beaten you.
Well, last night he hit the pillow knowing that he would be playing on the same side with Tattoo here this evening. The little guy Tattoo in the left wing corner. Clavijo receives his pass around the boards, knocked away by Carl Valentine. Back heel, Tim Wittman rejects it.
We really have been treated to a full throttle game. As Dave Clements observed, nobody's holding back here. The game still here in the balance, a 1-goal game, 3-2 for the West. And the spirits are rising. The fans are getting into the game. And the play has become physical. Teams trying to really dominate and establish themselves over the opposition.
In a game this close, every play becomes big here in the last 3.5 minutes of the third quarter as we look ahead to the final period of play. Moreland for Haaskivi. Kai's down the middle. Carl Valentine knocks it down for Goossens. A bit of a high kick by Keough. That will be a dangerous play. And it'll be a free kick at the red line for the team in red, the East, as Keough in his debut having a rather interesting evening. He replaced the suspended Dave Hagen, as Ty alluded to earlier. And now they will go back the other way. Keough, young man out of Iran, moved to the USA at the age of 13. 24 goals in the first half of the season. Spent part of the time with Kansas City before coming to Tacoma. in late December. Here's Preki. Tattoo bumps it up the floor. Godfrey Ingram with a touch away from Victor Moreland, who took a shot to the nose from a Godfrey Ingram elbow. Right side, Roentved on the quick restart. A shot blocked by Clavillo. In the right wing corner, Fernando with that great quickness clears to midfield. Tattoo knows he has a man left wing. It is Preki against Moreland, and Victor takes it away. Moreland at the age of 32, not as fast as he once was, and he was never a blazer, but great instincts, Tye, with his foot skills.
He covered Preki well there, was able to close him down.
Right wing, running hard. Domenic Mobilio of Baltimore, double teamed by Doc Lawson and Tattoo. On the left wing boards, Dale Mitchell. It's Ervine centering for Roentved. Mitchell, left wing, looking to angle it. In front of the goal, to the goalkeeper's right. Nothing there from Mobilio. Back to the point. Roentved tough here. Left side. Mitchell looking to work it in. Back to the net. A whistle and a foul. Might have been away from the ball. Mitchell will take the quick pick. Centers it. Open. Shot was blocked. Mobilio got a piece of it. Godfrey Ingram with the block. We're down to 2:05 remaining in the period. Mitchell centers. Ervine a touch, and it's cleared to midfield by George Fernandez. We'll take a timeout. 2:01 remaining. The West still on top by 1.
Give your kids the competitive edge in their favorite sports with America's best selection of instructional sports videos, only from ESPN. Regularly $39.95, now just $29.95 each if you call 1-800-554-9000. Top coaches in basketball, football, baseball, soccer, and tennis teach your kids the basics and help them develop a lifelong love for the sports and a winning attitude. Now on video cassettes your kids can play again and again. Just $29.95 each, and only from ESPN Home Video. Coaches like University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee's Bob Gansler show your kids how to improve their game and add to their fun. This 75-minute video cassette teaches drills to improve the basics of the game, from ball control to dribbling, passing, and shooting. $29.95 never let you do so much for a kid. Call 1-800-554-9000 for teaching kids soccer, or your free catalog of videos only from ESPN Home Video.
Bob Carpenter, Tye Keough at the San Diego Sports Arena. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. The West on top of the East, 3-2 in the 1990 MISL All-Star game.
The East applying some offensive pressure, looking for that tying goal. They've really stepped it up this whole quarter.
Godfrey Ingram, nice interception in midfield. Doc Lawson back to Fernandez, and now it's ahead for Preki, who fights off Domenic Mobilio. Preki being watched by 3 red shirts. He draws some attention, doesn't he? Now he's got it. Left wing. It's Fernandez centering, and a score! Heale! Fernandez with a goal earlier, now an assist as Heale makes it a 4-2 game.
And some deft combination work as Ingram worked it in to Fernandez, and Fernandez unselfishly knocks it inside to Heale. He really had Scott Manning at his mercy, pulled him out of position, clips the ball across, and makes it easy for Heale. George Fernandez just eating this up. He's loving it. Goal and assist in front of his hometown crowd.
His All-Star debut, Tye, and he's making a bid for the MVP award. A goal and an assist tonight. A 4-2 lead for Ron Newman's Western Division team, and it came with 1:30 remaining, third quarter. Heale from Fernandez.
And the MVP award will be 2 round-trip tickets to anywhere that American Airlines flies.
Do they hope for the European players to win that, or the American boys? There's another goal. Segota from Zoran Karic, and the West is breaking it open. 2 goals in 21 seconds.
Well, it really is a home crowd for this West team. They're taking full advantage of it. Branko Segota, obviously a favorite in front of this crowd. It's Karic, though, that wins the ball in the corner. He's got some space and time to operate, and he slots a beautiful pass out in front to Segota. Segota just side foots it, almost took some of the pace off the ball in order to place it into the empty goal.
Branko Segota now with a goal and an assist tonight. Coming at 13:51, 2 goals in 21 seconds for the West, just when the East had worked it.
1 minute.
Back to a close game. The West explodes. Under a minute remaining as Savage dumps the ball into the seats on the far side. A midfield kick in for the West now with all the momentum.
What a fucking country. What a fucking country.
Kenny Cooper's team headed back to a goal. He's taken off the tux jacket. He's ready to get down to some serious work with the fourth quarter coming up, and the sleeves are rolled up as well.
Well, no coach likes to lose, and Ken Cooper probably hates it as much or more than anybody. He's proven that in his great years with the Baltimore Blast.
Well, I think their teams have reflected his approach to the game. Very hardworking, never dying. Near boards, Michael King looking to center it, trying to work it down the floor. A kick from Segota, and picking it off the glass was Scott Manning.
Somebody nearly had to pick Keough off the glass there as he followed through and launched himself up against that plexiglass.
Dangerous kick by Borja. Gino DiPolito with the call as Borja pleads his case. Segota will trigger the free kick, and now he will go downfield as Clavijo will. On the left side, bumped into the corner by Mike Powers. Keough back to Powers at the left point with 20 seconds remaining, third quarter. Savage knocks it away. Here's Keough. Clavijo open on the right wing momentarily, but a hard shot on goal handled easily by Manning right in his chest. Here's Borja ahead of him. Left wing, Valentine running hard, and he dumped it behind Michael King, who was coming in from the right wing as the third quarter comes to a close. A couple of late goals by the West from Gary Heale and Bronco Segota turn a 3-2 game into a 5-2 advantage with 15 minutes to go at the 1990 MISL All-Star game at the San Diego Sports Arena.
Jacks, the pick of the pros.
Thank you. And so, Mayor, these swiftly flowing currents create energy, which in turn creates power, which in turn brings electric light to every house in the valley.
That's very impressive, Calvin. Thank you, sir. But the contract calls for bringing Bud Light to the valley.
No wonder we're over budget.
Bud Light won't fill you up, never lets you down.
Which in turn keeps the Bud Light cold.
Everything else is just a light.
General Rent-A-Car has low rates. Incredibly low. Incredibly low. It's a hard word. Unbelievably low. If your money goes far in a General Rent-A-Car. Irrefutably low.
This spring, we're covering the national pastime full-time. Major League Baseball on ESPN. Get ready for Sunday night action, Tuesday night doubleheaders, Wednesday night excitement, Friday night twin bills, and a nightly look at the big leagues on Baseball Tonight. The regular season begins April 2nd with an opening day doubleheader. Spring training premieres when the Orioles face the Yankees Saturday afternoon, March 3rd, live on ESPN.
5-2 game as we go to the fourth quarter of play. The West has led all the way tonight, and they've had some hometown heroics to build that 5-goal margin. George Fernandez and Fernando Clavijo in the first quarter, and Chico Borja in a shootout made it 2-1 after one. Preki from Segota had the only score of the second quarter, and the first half ended 3-1. Bruce Savage from Chico Borja in the third made it a one-goal game, but then 2 goals in a span of 21 seconds by Gary Heale from George Fernandez, and then Bronco Segota from Zoran Karic. And that's the 5-2 advantage they enjoy now with 15 minutes to go. Scores at 13:30 and 13:51 of that play. Don Popovic is with us from the far side on the penalty box, the coach of the St. Louis Storm. And Don, of course, has coached a couple of different clubs with tremendous success in the history of this league. And Don, thanks for being with us and your impressions of this 1990 All-Star game.
Thank you. I think it's a very interesting game. I think the fans enjoy it very much. Vestas look like much stronger. There's some power here between Branko Segota, Preki, Gary Heale, Karic, and Fernando Clavijo, Scroll. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Very powerful team.
And your guy Slobo played well in goal in the first half.
Slobo played very well. I'm very satisfied with that, and I think Gary Heale played well. Fernando Clavijo did a very good job today.
Yes, he has. Great goal by him early. Kevin Crow with a near miss as the West is threatening again. Here's Brian Quinn, right wing. He flicks it left corner. Preki dueling there with Kim Roentved. Roentved centers it beyond the reach of Moreland, but Carl Valentine has it to midfield. Here's Mitchell. He's got Moreland left wing and Goossens straight ahead. Mitchell through the legs of Quinn. Angles it. Valentine to Moreland. Beaten to the ball there by Brian Quinn. And here comes the West. 3-on-1. Down the middle. Clavijo. Right side. Back to Clavijo. Can't get a shot. As the return pass from Preki was actually behind him, he had to stop his run to get control.
Clavijo breaking so quickly. He's got to be one of the fastest guys in the entire league as he gets up the field before anybody could get back in position.
Carrick is shot. Ooh, what a save. Nicely done by Scott Manning. The ball actually got in behind him, but he had the presence of mind to stay right with it.
A quick shot by Carrick, and really nice work by him to even get an angle to shoot.
Down the middle, Fernandez shooting, and Moreland a kick save. And Don Popovic, over the years, St. Louis has been such an important market to the Major Indoor Soccer League. Update us on the progress of the expansion team there, the Storm.
We're doing very well lately. We're now drawing over 10,000 people per game, and second part of the season is very strong because we start very late. If you remember, we got a franchise very late, and we really have no much time to prepare ourselves. But after the new year, we're doing now much better. Crowd is there. We're doing better in the field. We're in second place in our division, so I think we're looking forward for the next year.
Don, good luck this weekend on your two-game swing to Tacoma and down here to San Diego.
Thank you very much.
All right. Don Popovic, head coach of the St. Louis Storm. What a great overtime they had the other night, coming from behind to win.
And Don Popovic has been the winner of 4 MISL championships in his days with the New York Arrows.
Had some players up there, didn't he?
Including Steve Jungle, Branko Segota, Fernando Clavijo, a lot of these guys that you're seeing out here tonight.
Racing a midfield, Dale Ervine against the other number 11, Preki. Ervine got it back to his defender, Bernie James. Back to his keeper, and Scott Manning will whip it up the right wing. Mobilio a touch back to Borja. Off the boards, it goes too tall for Tim Wittman. And it's bumped down the floor by Segota. Tattoo controlling. Man open down the floor, Keough, but Tattoo couldn't see him from his angle. Keough now receives the long ball from Segota to the left of the keeper, being watched there by Bernie James, who draws the foul.
Before we saw Segota in a matchup with Dale Ervine. Ervine much taller and bigger, outweighs him, but you saw that Tattoo could hold his position because he's built so low to the ground.
Concern on the faces of those Eastern Division All-Stars right now. You saw Roentved Moreland with their coach Kenny Cooper. Back to midfield. Mike Powers on the far side. Kevin Crow back to him. Now Crow takes a run down the right wing and receives the return pass. Nice 1-2 by the West. Crow has Segota open, top of the circle, against Wittman. Good old standoff there. Borja now with it. To his left is Bernie James. Wittman trying to catch up, and from behind, Segota takes down Borja. It's, a foul, but Chico wants a penalty.
He wants it 2 minutes. It was almost an accidental trip by Segota. He's battling to get back in, get an angle at the ball, and they just tangle up legs. It is a foul, but I don't believe it was deliberate on Segota's part. He was actively looking to get to the ball.
Here's a chance for Savage, and he shot it wide from the left wing. Great service on the one-touch pivot by Michael King near the top of the arc. Now the left wing. Tattoo bumped off the ball by Sweeney. Play on, says Toros Cabrichin. Tattoo, there's that strength we talked about.
And that balance, his resiliency. He takes the hit, he comes back up, and the ball's still glued to his foot.
Yeah, seemingly glued. You got it right, partner. Godfrey Ingram battling on the boards. It's loose, and a shot by Michael King. Open in front. Sweeney can't knock it home.
Clavijo may have saved a goal there as well. Sobievsky coming out, getting into the fray.
Now a steal. Savage for King. He shoots, and Sobievsky parries it over the glass. It'll be a corner kick. 5-2. The West holding on. 11:08 to go.
A kiss? Oh, not right now.
You really don't want to kiss me.
Dangerous. Very dangerous.
Give me a minute, honey.
Don't let morning breath ruin a good morning. Get Scope. Scope has 2 powerful ingredients to kill 90% of the bacteria that cause morning breath.
Didn't I hear something about a kiss?
Right here. Right now.
Kiss me.
It is time for a kiss.
Scope, the best thing first thing in the morning.
Hey, you. Put that kiss right here.
Jacks, the pick of the pros.
Where do you go when Rover turns your picnic into his snack? Who's always there to help keep the show on the road? What do you reach for when your cash flow suddenly runs dry?
Just some outstanding action here. Sobieski, this may be the save of the ball game because this ball is just ripped by Michael King with the left foot. Sobieski's there and is able to just deflect it over the top. Sobieski, 39 years old, 1 year younger than Slobilievsky, but playing just as sharp.
Ooh, off the corner kick. Just high over the crossbar by Michael King off Kai Haaskivi's play. Moreland a shot and Victor missed to the far post. Haaskivi in the corner, fights off Ingram. There's got to be a man open somewhere. Moreland for Savage. Right point, back in the corner for Moreland. Looking to cross. Coming in for it is King. Moreland bumps it off the glass, and it's too tall for a header by Valentine. Haaskivi still with it. And a dangerous play made there by Doc Lawson. It'll be a free kick for the East, and they'll take it over to the left side where Gino DiPolito says they did not spot it properly, and they will not allow the quick restart.
Lawson coming through forcefully, and Haaskivi really unwisely kicking through that tackle, nearly injured himself.
Haaskivi centering, nothing there, and a bicycle kick into the crowd near side by the athletic Doc Lawson. Your official guide to the Major Indoor Soccer League is available at 7101 College Boulevard, Suite 320 in Overland Park, Kansas. 66210 the zip. $15 for the official guide and $5 for the schedule and the rule book. Updating you on the Major Indoor Soccer League.
Next year's All-Star game, the 1991 edition for the MISL, will take place in Kansas City. Will be hosted by the Comets there. It'll be the 12th Major Indoor Soccer League All-Star game.
Right up the road from the league office in Overland Park. The West controlling, but the East marking upfield, trying to keep it in the attacking end. Ball bouncing near the penalty box. Tim Wittman flicks it down for Jan Goossens on the boards against Kevin Crow, and not too many guys win 50-50s on the board against that big defender. Down the left side. Long throw from Sobieski. With it is Preki. Looks like Preki and his line logging a lot of playing time here, although he's out there right now with Ingram and Karich, who just took over for Gary Heale. Crow and Fernandez are the defenders for the West. Dale Mitchell for the East All-Stars. Right side for Carl Valentine. Setting up shop near the goal mouth is Jan Goossens. Valentine couldn't get it to him. Goossens digging there against Karich. Ball is loose momentarily as Valentine goes after it again in the corner, and again he gets help from Goossens, and turning it right between them is Karich. Nifty move defensively. Here comes Godfrey Ingram to the attacking red line. Preki right side. Trailing him is Kevin Crow, who overlaps now to the corner. Preki takes it in the middle and lets one fly. Big save by Scott Manning.
Manning has had just a cracker of a game. He's made some outstanding saves. He's given up 2 goals, but he's stopped 3 or 4.
Here's Ervine with a chance, and he hit the crossbar with it. Roentved was waiting for the pass on the far post, but Ervine let it fly. Here's Quinn back to Fernandez with a goal and an assist tonight for George, the 28-year-old Hawaii native who plays for the Sockers here. Up the boards for Doc Lawson of Dallas. Knocked down there. Mobilio. Borja with it. His shot blocked by Fernandez, who now does the job defensively. Borja forcing his way in. Loose ball. Roentved a shot blocked by Quinn. Mobilio for Roentved in the corner, looking to center. Defending him, Doc Lawson. It deflects off Quinn and comes in, and Tattoo comes away with it for the West. Tattoo to midfield, eluding a dive by Borja. Brian Quinn looking for it.
The adrenaline flowing here. The All-Stars pushing each other to higher and higher levels here. The competitiveness of this game has just been outstanding.
Down to 8:10 remaining. Borja, right wing, through the legs of Quinn, left side, and just before it got to Ervine, a great slide tackle by Mike Powers. Down the floor. Here's Tattoo against Savage. To his left and a shot. Check it, it's Bernie James who got a piece of it, and then it's cleared long up the floor. Ervine after it. Powers wrapping his leg around him, and is that a foul in the penalty area? Gino Polito pointing to the shootout spot.
Powers held on to Ervine with both arms to hold him up. DiPolito right there to make the call. We'll have a shootout situation coming up.
We'll take a timeout. The shootout when we come back. The East needs this goal.
Get ready for a special Sports Illustrated sneak preview.
It's unreal. The man, it's like he's from another planet.
You never know what he's going to do. He doesn't even know. He just does it, and you're like, duh.
They just saw an amazing video cassette presented by Sports Illustrated, starring the most exciting figure in sports today.
Who else? Jordan.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Michael Jordan, Come Fly With Me 1990. Over 40 minutes of the game's ultimate playmaker. Yours free with your paid subscription to SI.
Yes!
Call toll-free and get 26 issues of SI at over 45% off the cover price.
I didn't realize you could save that much.
Including SI's blockbuster baseball preview, the Giant 35th anniversary covers issue, and the red hot swimsuit issue.
So what's the catch?
No catch. You get it all for just 3 monthly installments of $12.97 each. Even use your credit card.
golden. Let's do it.
Save over 45% and get the Jordan video free.
You're going to be giving away a lot of these babies, starting right here.
From the last-second buzzer beater.
One leader. Goes in the buzzer. Hodge is the win. Got it. South Alabama wins it.
To the heroic performances.
The pearl. Blocked. And it's over.
Thomas now from the perimeter. In the bucket.
Unbelievable.
Nothing beats the excitement of Championship Week. Starting March 3rd live on ESPN.
5-2, the West on top. A shootout coming up on a Mike Powers holding penalty at the 7:12 mark. We'll have a look at the penalty here. Watch where they're located.
Already Powers was holding him initially, and here is a situation. It's a high kick, and he's reaching around Ervine and pulling and tugging on him. So actually the holding took place outside of the box. The officials, however, if they feel that it was a breakaway that was really held back by the penalty, can call a shootout, and that's the case here as Powers heads to the box. And I was wondering whether they would go with Borja again. They've not done it. They're going to give Mitchell a chance, and it's not a bad idea because people have seen maybe Borja's moves already.
Mitchell against Sobieski, who comes out big but can't stop it. And Dale Mitchell gets the shootout home. They needed that one badly. It's back to a 5-3 score.
Makes things a little bit more interesting again. Mitchell has been a prolific goal scorer with the Kansas City Comets. He's doing well in the league right now in goals. In fact, just last week, his 300th career goal scored by Dale Mitchell for the Kansas City Comets. Here, he converts the shootout attempt against Chris Sobieski. A little bit of deception. He leans the one way, and he uses the outside of the right foot just to work it in around Sobieski.
Led the Comets in scoring a year ago, did Dale Mitchell. His 7th year in the MISL and his 3rd All-Star goal. He also has a couple of assists. He's representing the Comets for the 3rd consecutive year.
And he has represented his country, Canada, in the 1986 World Cup in Mexico. So an honor, one of the highest honors any player could have is to play for their country in the World Cup.
7:44 to go. That goal really changes the complexion of this game. 2 goals in that time, nothing at all. We had 2 in 21 seconds earlier tonight, the quickest in MISL history, at least All-Star history, by Gary Heale and Bronco Segota. Victor Moreland heads into midfield to clear. There's Segota, number 20, working against Savage. Ahead for Gary Heale, who bumps it back. Segota was looking for the left wing return pass. Preki knocked from behind by Mitchell. Preki gets tied up there with Michael Sweeney. It'll be the West free kick at the attacking red line.
You see how much the players in this league really use their arms around the ball to try and establish their position and to keep possession.
Kevin Crow down for Heale. He tried to turn it. Savage bumped it away, and Victor Moreland gives it to Dale Mitchell, the goal scorer of a moment ago. Savage, right wing. He was looking for Sweeney. And Victor Moreland now will bring it up slowly. 7 minutes remaining in the 5-3 game. The West has never trailed. The closest the East has been 2-1 and 3-2. Preki pressured by Savage, who bumped it away. Here comes Mitchell turning it upfield. Working himself into some space with Sweeney trailing. He saw Goossens in the goal mouth. Stopped by Clavio, but Jan Goossens centering. Here comes Wittman, a shot, and he hit it wide to the shooter's left. Gary Heale running on the transition. Wittman catching up with him. Heale waits now. It's still a 4-on-3. Here's Preki, right wing corner. Clavio centers. Savage stops that one. Clavio gets it back, and Brian Quinn now out to the point. Wittman will let this one go for Scott Manning. Clock running down near the 6-minute mark to go. Chico Borja. Bernie James behind him. James waiting for a man open. It's Borja who went over to the left side. Quinn defending on him. Borja took a hit, at least tried to make the referee think he had. Play on. Here's Quinn down the middle. Left side, Doc Lawson. Got a high ball, actually trapped it with his shoulder. Nicely done with balance. In the right wing corner, it's Bernie James taking it away from Keough in the biggest physical mismatch of the evening.
James, known for his physical play, has been the defender of the year in the MISL previously, but this is his first All-Star appearance.
Finally being recognized. He's number 4 in the league with 78 blocks. He scored 7 goals, a couple of assists, and also has found time for 18 penalty minutes, but that's nothing unusual for the physical defender of the Cleveland Crunch. Timeout on the floor. 5:33 to go. The West on top, 5-3.
Jacks, the pick of the pros.
It's a change in the air. The chills, they don't stop. Feeling the cold of the temperature drop.
Diet 7-Up with NutraSweet. Even more 7-Up taste in an icy new can.
The new taste of cold go on, break the ice.
But Daddy, Mommies can't be sick.
Why not?
See, if Mommy's sick, then who's going to be the mommy?
Oh, I'm going to be the mommy.
You can't be the mommy because you're the daddy.
Oh, I see.
For diarrhea, you need the soothing relief of Pepto-Bismol. The one that coats is the only one you need.
How about you be the mommy?
I can't be the mommy because I'm a little kid.
I'll be the mommy.
St. John's travels to Pitt, where the Panthers always play tough. Explosive Illinois faces surprising Ohio State, and UNLV battles Cal Santa Barbara on Big Monday, live on ESPN.
2 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Bob Carpenter with Tye Keough in San Diego. The East down by a couple. They've employed the 6th attacker for 2 minutes now, but unable to score yet.
You've got to be physically fit to play that 6th attacker role, because not only are you pushing up, trying to make something happen in the attack, you've got to get back and cover that goal, and as Roentved has already done on a couple of occasions.
Here's Borja to the right wing. Borja looking to center. There's a volley, nicely done by Mitchell on goal. The play was knocked out. Doc Lawson is a big force in there defensively.
Sobievsky really coming up big on some saves here in the later stages.
Roentved for Valentine. He'll bank it in front. There again is Lawson. And Fernandez knocked it back into the goal mouth, but luckily The West was able to knock it away. 2:20 and counting. Roentved, left point. Borja. Valentine back to Kim Roentved. At the high pivot, working it over was Mobilio, and a shot knocked wide there. Looked like Fernando Clavillo got a piece of that one. Under 2 minutes remaining. Roentved for Valentine in the corner, in front. Oh, and it almost snuck in the post after a defender hit it. And Sobieski says, we need time.
He needs to take a breather. You see him huffing and puffing. All the action's been directly in front of him. It's a question of concentration, too, as a goalkeeper. When you've got all this action, you've got to stay totally focused, which is what Sobieski has done. He's been so cool under fire here.
Here's Sobieski, number 3 in the league with 12 wins. He's a 2-time MVP of Dallas in 86 and 88. Played with Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and the Polish national team. He has been around in his 39 years. So has Ron Newman at the helm of the Sockers. His 6th All-Star game, 4th for him as a head coach. He's 2-1 so far with wins in 86 and 89.
He's looking to have his troops just hang in there for a couple more minutes as they have that 2-goal lead.
The crowd is intently watching this one with 1:51 to go. The West on top 5-3. They led by a 3-1 count at the half. Savage with a third-quarter goal made it close. But right now, the difference in this game, that 21-second explosion with Gary Heale from George Fernandez scoring at 13:30 of the third quarter, and then Branko Segota from Zoran Karic at 13:51 for a 5-2 lead. Mitchell with a shootout in this period. It stands at 5-3. Less than 2 minutes to go.
Those goals by Heale and Segota, the 2 quickest ever in MISL All-Star history.
Sobieski and Clavillo. Sobieski with a long ball, right wing. Tattoo pulls it down. West would like a little ball control here. The East has to be physical. Tattoo had Michael Sweeney step in front of him, but the call will go with the West. So it was Tattoo with control, Sweeney with the foul.
Sweeney complaining because he thinks he played it fairly. I thought he did. He stepped in on Tattoo and won the ball, and it was actually Tattoo who I thought fouled him. Dippolito had a different angle on it. He's closer to it. He saw it the other way.
Clavillo for Quinn, who plays it in, rejected there by Sweeney. Then he bumps it up the floor. John Goossens. Back in midfield. 21 is Carl Valentine. Kim Roentved approaching the red line with 1:20 remaining. Mitchell looking to center. Back to Roentved, who's got that big shot. It was deflected wide. Mitchell gets the rebound, tries to center. Blocked by Clavillo, who's played a great game here tonight. Valentine, right side. Looking to center was Sweeney. Still digging in the corner. 1 minute to go in the All-Star game. A whistle and a foul that'll belong to the East. They've got to get a quick one here. Haaskivi centers. Knocked down Valentine. Looking to shoot. He scores! Carl Valentine makes it a 5-4 game with 55 seconds to go.
Valentine wouldn't take no for an answer. He was fed the ball by Haaskivi. But tremendous individual effort here. He's under some heavy pressure from 2 defenders. Manages to still get the shot off, and he roofs it. He puts it up high over Sobieski's left shoulder. Sobieski didn't really get a good look at it. But a great shot by Valentine, but even better the work that it took for him to get into the open to make the shot.
Carl Valentine with the goal. His first as an All-Star. Unassisted at 14:05 of the fourth quarter, and a 1-goal game. Haaskivi working on Clavillo, who centers it across. We had a whistle and a foul before the shot. It'll belong to the East. 10,293 watching tonight here in San Diego. They have been entertained in a 5-4 ball game.
They've been into the game the whole way.
Valentine for Mitchell. Back to Valentine, and Crow with the block. Here's Roentved on the left wing in the corner. Centering Mitchell, ball in front. A shot, save, rebound, save. Valentine had the second chance. It'll be against the East and belong to the West on the restart.
Doc Lawson may have saved the game there for his West team. That rebound shot, he's the only one that covered the goal.
Here's Segota down the left wing. Man open right side. Ingram, and he'll shoot it wide. Segota's rebound wouldn't go in. 15 seconds to go.
Well, this action has just typified the whole game. These guys have not held back one out. They're giving it everything they've got, and they're giving the fans just some tremendous entertainment.
9 seconds left. The East with one more chance. Borja shooting. It's wide. Roentved the rebound. It might have hit his own player, Mobilio, to go out of bounds with 3 seconds to go. It looks like the West will hold on. Five to 4, favor of the West. 3 seconds to go. The East needs a miracle steal and an even bigger miracle of a shot. Scooped. They get the shot. Mitchell hit the crossbar as the game comes to a close. Dale Mitchell within inches of tying the game as the West holds on to win.
Right down to the wire. Sobieski looking ever so relieved. But here's what we'll see. Along the boards, the ball's worked loose. Mitchell does well to turn. He gets it up over Sobieski. Sobieski may have just touched it slightly, but that ball misses from going in just by maybe a half an inch.
Kenny Cooper's team on the short end of a 5-4 score here in San Diego tonight. The 1990 Major Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game has been brought to you by Union Jacks, the official uniform supplier of the Major Indoor Soccer League, and by Pepto-Bismol, the one that coats is the only one you need. A final word from San Diego as the West wins it 5-4. We'll wrap it up in a moment.
The pick of the pros.
Get ready for a special Sports Illustrated sneak preview.
It's unreal. The man, it's like he's from another planet.
When he gets his hand on the ball, you just have to watch.
You never know what he's going to do next. He doesn't even know. He just does it, and you're like, duh. They just saw an amazing video cassette presented by Sports Illustrated, starring the most exciting figure in sports today.
Who else? Jordan.
He's
unbelievable.
Yeah. He's unbelievable.
Michael Jordan, come fly with me, 1990, over 40 minutes of the game's ultimate playmaker. The slam from the free throw line when he goes up in the air and he just hangs there for like a week. I can do that.
Yeah, right.
I can. Follow his dramatic rise from high school to college, Olympic glory, and on through to the 89 playoffs.
Do it to a mic.
And now you can get the full story behind this superstar on video, free.
Oh, it's free. You're kidding.
We wouldn't kid about Michael. Call this toll-free number now and get your own Jordan video free with your paid subscription to SI.
Yes! You'll get 26 weeks of SI at incredible savings, over 45% off the cover price.
I didn't realize you could save that much.
Including the blockbuster baseball preview, the giant 35th anniversary covers issue with over 1,700 covers, and the red hot swimsuit issue. If you like last year's issue, wait till you get a peek at the women of the 90s.
I've got dibs on that. Can we get 2 of those, please?
It's all coming your way, along with this one-of-a-kind video, free.
So what's the catch?
No catch. You get it all, including the free video at over 45% off the cover price. Just 3 monthly installments of $12.97 each. Even use your credit card.
You got a deal.
Golden. Let's do it. A deal this good doesn't come around often, so call now. You'll save big and get what's sure to be the hottest video around, free.
I'm going to watch it again, and then again, and again, and again, and again.
All right, let's not get carried away.
Me and Michael, we're very tight. Now, most people don't know this, but I taught him everything he knows. He's getting there.
Get out of here. You're going to be giving away a lot of these babies, starting right here.
You're watching ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
By inches, the West holds on to win 5-4 tonight, and our player of the game is San Diego's defender George Fernandez in his All-Star debut with a goal and an assist tonight, Ty, and what a great night in his home building for him.
We'll talk about a guy who had his heart and soul into this game. He was fighting and battling every second that he was out there and really proved it to his hometown fans that he deserved to be an All-Star.
The crowd doesn't know it yet, but they're chanting George, a two-time All-American at Cal State Hayward. And the Unsung Hero Award of the '88 Championship Series, he will not go unsung for his efforts tonight. And Ty, your final thoughts on the game, a most intense battle that saw up and down action throughout the contest.
Everything that you could have asked for was here. The intensity and the spirit and the tremendous skill, the unexpected moves, the heel ball by Chico Borja, just a great game.
That had to be the goal of the night as Chico Borja set up Bruce Savage for the game's most picturesque goal. So that'll do it from the San Diego Sports Arena, where the West All-Stars beat the East 5-4 in the 1990 Major Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. For three-time All-Star Tye Keough, this is Bob Carpenter. This program a presentation of Bud Sports in cooperation with ESPN.